I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs regarding the status of delimitation of electoral units. Honorable Speaker, Article 89(2) of the Constitution requires the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to review the names and boundaries of constituencies at intervals of not less than 8 years and not more than 12 years. Of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs ought to be completed regarding the status 12 months of delimitation general electoral units. These units are a key consideration in resource allocation of the Constitution in the requires the independent and absence the Electoral and Boundaries Commission in equity to review the names and boundaries of constituencies to national intervals of not less than 8 Honorable years. Speaker, my constituency and not more than the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs ought to be completed regarding the state 12 months and is the second largest constituency in the country. It is 10 times the size of Kiambu County. The constituency faces a myriad of challenges, such as administrative inconveniences that have often led to the merging of some areas close to one another. On justice and legal affairs ought to be completed and is the second largest constituency in the country. And considerable absence of equity in resource allocation. The size against the Honorable Speaker. It's against the constituency faces a myriad of challenges from the chairperson, such as administrative of the departmental inconveniences that have often led justice and legal to the merging of some areas on the following matters close to one another. On justice and legal affairs units and is the second largest constituency in the country. Considerable of the Constitution and measures put in place by the government to ensure that residents of constituencies and areas like Wajir South constituency and North Hor that are not just overpopulated but also have little access, that have access to more resources while awaiting the boundary reviews. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. In particular statement will be marked to the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Honorable Sir George Murugaran. Honorable Irene Mayaka, you're distracting the chairperson. We've said that the matter relating... Honorable Murugara, did you hear about the status of the delimitation of electoral boundaries? When will you be able to give a response on this?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. We do not have an IBC on which we can actually give these particulars. And I recollect being told at liaison committee that I should be making a statement as regards the progress we are making to constitute IBC. I confirm that the process is ongoing, but I need to give a better statement tomorrow after I collect all the facts, because we were just from a litigation on the selection panel. That litigation is over in terms of the interim order that was in force. We expect the President to gazette the selection panel, which will sit within the given timelines, which were set by this House, to constitute IBC. Once it is in office, then we can start answering such pertinent questions as regards delimitation and other issues. So, Honorable Speaker, let me give the first statement tomorrow. And then after that, we can deal with this.
Okay, thank you. There's a statement by the Honorable Agnes Pareño, member for Narok North.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Orders 44(2)C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperative regarding the sale of Ufundi Cooperative Plaza by Ufundi Sacco. Honorable Speaker, Ufundi Cooperative Plaza in the Nairobi Central Business District has for several years been the subject of a vicious court battle between Ufundi Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited and its 14,999 members. In 2022, a 3-judge bench ordered that the land and the plaza, which are co-owned by the SACCO and the investing members, should be sold and proceeds be shared after clearing debts owed to Cooperative Bank of Kenya. The proceeds would be shared between the SACCO and investing members at a ratio of 58.88% and 49.12% respectively. Honorable Speaker, the ruling made by the court intended to bring closure to the long-standing dispute and provide a fair resolution for all stakeholders. Despite the clear directives provided by the court, ongoing wrangles between the investing members and the SACCO continue to impede the sale of the Ufundi Cooperative Plaza. Unfortunately, the wrangles have affected constituents of Narok North constituency who are members of the SACCO. Some of the affected constituents include Mr. Peter Kisemba of ID number 1576966 and Mr. Ngoge Kitere of ID number 0094256. The inordinate delay in the sale of the payment of dues has caused anguish and financial distress to the members who are now elderly and some who are now deceased, with their dependents equally suffering. For instance, Mr. Isaac Amaungure of ID number 10242-136 and a constituent of Narok North passed away before he could receive payment of his dues. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry, Cooperatives on the following. Provide a report with clear timelines on the status of implementation of the court order on the sale of Ufundi Cooperative SACCO Society Limited and its land, and the modalities for the settlement of the sale proceeds between the SACCO and its investing members. 2. Steps taken by the ministry to ensure compliance by the SACCO in execution of the sale in order to safeguard the interests of investing members. Measures put in place by the ministry for effective governance and regulation of cooperative societies to protect the savings of members and avert disputes like those facing Ufundi Cooperative Society Limited. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. That statement will be back to the Ministry of Trade, the Committee of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Is there a chairperson of that committee here? Yes, Honorable Lounda.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Chair and the Vice Chair are not present in the House at the moment, but I undertake as being a founder member of the committee to bring the statement within 2 weeks. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Okay, next we have the statement by Honorable Kazungu Tungule, member for Ganze.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity. I rise to request for a statement regarding the status of elephant invasion in Ganze constituency. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding the increased invasion of elephants in Ganze constituency. Honorable Speaker, the current state of elephant invasion in Ganze has become a matter of great concern, particularly in Mitangani, Ndigiria, Bandari, Murimwandege, and pockets of Bamba and Mahera locations. The elephants have exhausted all water sources utilized by residents for domestic and livestock use. Furthermore, the invasion of the mentioned areas has rendered farming activities impossible, leading to increased dependence on unreliable and erratic relief food supplies. In addition, the risk caused by the elephants has compelled parents to escort their children to and from school, hence impeding them from engaging in profitable economic activities. The fear of attacks by elephants is causing schools to commence later and end earlier than scheduled, which negatively affects learning in schools. Honorable Speaker, the matter was reported to Kenya Wildlife Services officers in Gede, in Malindi, but the response has been lethargic. As a result, for the last 6 months, elephants have been roaming freely in residential and agricultural areas. It is also regrettable that for the last 6 months, the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife has done little on rounding up the herds of elephants from the residential areas. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the following. 1, provide a report on the measures that the ministry is taking to ensure that the herds of elephants are returned back to the Tsavo East or other designated conservation areas, and challenges that KWS is facing in such situations. 2, policies that the government is implementing to cushion the affected locals from hunger caused by the destruction of crops by the marauding elephants. And 3, steps taken to compensate farmers whose farms have been destroyed and families who have lost their kin, including timelines for compensation. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, the next statement. Which one is the next statement?
This one has finished, so mark it to the Ministry of Wildlife and Tourism.
Okay. Yeah, this is now marked to the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, the Committee on Tourism and Wildlife. Okay. The leader of majority, Baya. A statement was sought from the Minister.